Hello everybody and welcome back to the shop. In this episode we're going to be looking at the valve guides, the retainers, and actually going to be cutting the groove or the valve seat. So this is a really quick process here. The machining is almost in real time. I've taken a little bit out as I change the tools, but in this case right here, just making two valve guides and two retainers is simple lathe work. Again, you want to be as accurate as you possibly can. Come on over to the bench, take a look, see what we got. These are the parts that I'll be making in this section right here. I'll be working on a retainer, be working on the valve guide, and then we'll put everything together. There's a homemade spring that's here and it shows you how to make it. Springs are pretty easy to make. On the other hand, I'm going to look through my scrap box and see if I can find something that'll probably do the same thing. The only thing that concerns me a little bit every time I make one of these engines is this retainer is actually Loctited on, so you're somewhat committed when you put that retainer on. So what I normally do is I just use the light blue Loctite, the one that comes off with not much heat at all, in case I need to change those springs. But in order to make that retainer, I've got some a piece of scrap brass here. I'm going to try to make those retainers. They're only 1/8 of an inch tall, so I'll put that over the lathe and make it. And then I've got to make the valve guides. The valve guides are 3/16 of an inch, and they're just going to fit right down in there like that. And they'll be, well, it'll be over here on this side right here. They'll be Loctited. That's where the post for the valve guide goes, or the rocker goes in that one. But the valve guides will be pressed in that right there. I'll also put some Loctite around those a little bit. So this is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go to the lathe. This one is real easy. It's just drilling a number 42 hole in it that's 3/8 of an inch long, and then go over and make the retainer, and then we're going to come back and put everything together. Making the valve guides is simple and straightforward lathe turning. It's essentially, if you've got the correct diameter, outside diameter material, it's just a matter of drilling the 3/32 hole, which is really in reality a number 42 drill according to the plans. Here I'm just facing off the stock that I have, and again the outside diameter is a 2 size. And the reason I faced it off first is because I am going to come in and do a very slight center drill. And then once I do a center drill, I'm not going to worry about doing step drilling or anything. I'm just going to come in with a number 42 drill. Now you're going to make 2 of these, and I make each one of them separately. I don't drill all the way through for 2 and then part it off. I want to start from scratch on each one to help make sure I've got consistent right in the middle. So here I'm cutting off the first one using 3/8, just putting up the scale to it and going in with the cutoff tool and cutting it at 3/8 of an inch and using the little piece to go up in there and to catch it. As I said, it's just straightforward lathe turning. And you'll also want to make sure that you chamfer the ends of it before you put it back in your head, just to prevent something from happening on the end of it. Okay, at this time right here, you should have 2 valves, 2 valve guides, and 2 retainers along your head. And we're going to install the valve guides in this section right here. Now remember, there is a top and a bottom to this head. The way that you tell, there's a hole for your spark plug that should be threaded, and where it goes into the cylinder chamber, it does not go all the way through. All of these other holes right here go all the way through. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes that are through holes, and you've got 1 hole that's not up here at the top. So this is the top side. This is your top side right here that you're going through. So make sure when you put your valves in that you're coming in from the top and only from the top. All right, speaking of Loctite, I'm using Loctite 603, and I am coming in from the top for these. The top is the one that's got less holes than the bottom. So make sure you do that. The other thing about this valve guide is you don't want to shove it all the way in. If you shove it all the way in, you have blocked off your intake. You only want it to go in about that far right there. And the valve guide is going to be actually sticking up just a little bit. So I'm going to double check, make sure I'm from the top, and I am. Remember, the top has got all through holes on the top. The bottom, the spark plug hole, is showing on it. So, and I'm going to take this to the vise to do this. It's really hard to do a setup on that vise over there, but I'm just squeezing it in with the jaws. And I'm going to look in the vise and just make sure that I'm stopping right there where that part right there is. So before the Loctite hardens, I'm off to the vise. Okay, I'm back from the vise and I've got the valve guides in, and now you just want to check and make sure that the valves will still go through there, and that one does. Now if they don't, there's a way to fix that. All you got to do is just run your drill right back down through. So the valves are fitting in there. Now the way that I got these both equal from the top is, as you'll figure out, once you put one of them in and you just want it to just be very at the bottom there where you just see the bottom of that brass, then when you put your vise jaw in, just come down till you meet the next one, or the other one that you just had, and that way you'll have two relatively equal valve guides sticking up on the top. Now it's time to do the tedious job, and that is to go ahead and get our valves seated. And as I continue to say, valves are my nemesis. I have no idea if this is going to work until I get through, but we're going to give it a best shot right here. This is the valve guiding tool, valve seating tool that we made before, and it just fits right in where your valve stem is. That's important that you take your time on this, but it doesn't take time to do. It only takes a few seconds to do. And you're going to do it by hand. You're going to just put the pilot up in the valve guide hole, and I'll just do it right here, and you're just going to barely let that thing kiss just a little bit, and with your hand just make about 4 or 5 little turns with it, and then you pull it back out and you take a look, and you should have only about 1/10 of an inch, not a tenth, but maybe 25 thousandths of a valve seat. You don't want a wide valve seat. That's all you need is that little bit right there, and then make sure that you see a nice shiny ring all the way around. In fact, on this one right here, what I'm going to do is go ahead and mark the inside of that valve to make sure that I've got everything ground off even all the way around. I'm using a little bit of pressure is all I'm using. I need to cut just a little bit more off that one. Got one side that's just a little bit low. Now you might ask yourself, what if these are crooked? Well, they should not be, but the reality of it is when you're shoving it in with a vise and you only have about maybe 1/8 of an inch right there to get things level, they may be off just a little bit. That's the purpose of this pilot, because the pilot is actually following your valve guide. So when you see it cutting just and it's just a slight little bit more on one side than the other, don't be concerned about that. As long as you have your shiny going all the way around, you're still in line with your valve guide. And again, I'm using very little pressure on there. Okay, let me blow that off and take a look and see. And I've got, it's just one little spot. I mean, it's about a 32nd of an inch. It's not quite. Still got just a little bit of black on it. Take that off. Slow and easy is the trick here. All right, that's a good valve seat. Now I'm going to come over here and do the other one. Put this one in. And I'm going to do the same thing exactly. Okay, needs just a little bit more. And I'm showing aluminum all the way around. I'm just going to trim it up just a little bit. It looks like I may have one little rough spot on it. All right, and that's how you cut the valves on your engine. So now that should be seating very well. That one feels like it's seating really good. They popped in place. So all I'm looking for now is just some springs, and as I said before, the plans here have the instructions on how to make the springs, but I think I'm going to look through my junk box and see if I can find something that might be appropriate also. If not, I can make a spring. They're real easy to do, and I have the spring material to do it. It's just, why make it if you've got one in your junk box? Well, that wraps this segment up, as we have completed, for the most part, a lot of the work on the head, or a lot of the delicate work. And this is one of those things that the valves, as I've said more than once, give me the most trouble when I'm building an engine. So I try to be careful. I make no guarantees. We may have to go back and rebuild everything. But it looks pretty good so far. I'm very pleased with the way it worked out. Now all I've got to do is just go ahead and find some springs that will fit, and then go ahead and attach the retainers. Sometimes I use cotter, a little piece of wire, sort of a semi-homemade cotter pin. But I believe if I get the right spring on this one, I might just go ahead and use some blue Loctite on it, something I can get off if I need to change those springs on it. All right, so until next time, when we meet right back here in the shop, this is John from one side of a two-car garage in the Upper East Side of Texas. We'll be looking for you as we meet again right back here in the shop.